Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to my corner of the world. We are here for a BlankBoy reaction to his video when King Kong bodied 3 V-Rexes for a snow bunny's love. This is the King Kong that came out, I want to say 04, like somewhere between 04 and 06, I think, with Jack Black and Sam L. Jackson was in it. Like, this is my favorite King Kong movie. I loved this movie. It's like, this King Kong was a savage, bro. This Kong was a savage, and I can't wait to see how BlankBoy is gonna be covering him, doing him justice, I hope. So yeah, let's dive in. Link to the original video will be in the description if you want to check this out on your own. Here you go.
So to start it off, the V-Rex is clearly Stevie Wonder reincarnated because somehow he doesn't see Anne camping her ass off behind the fallen tree. So bro got hit with the meanest crossover, sending him the complete opposite way, and she thought she was safe after giving him the slip.
Hello, motherfucker.
But nah, homie right here caught her lacking. My son's teeth look crazy. James Charles straighter than his chompers.
Oh my god.
Brody right here smelt the milk from a mile away, and he said he trying to get a bite of that Snow White. My crackhead uncle just heard me say Snow White and thought I was talking about Coke. He came up to me talking about some Merry Christmas. Bro, it's August.
Bruh.
He starts full court pressing, fiending, going for 2 bites that she's able to duck out the way of. He starts getting frustrated because why the fuck does this bitch have 99 reaction speed on her player build? And just bangs into it, making her fall, causing her to hold on for dear life. And I mean, goddamn, she's strong as shit. First 99 reaction speed, and now I'm seeing at least 85 strength. She gotta have at least 90 pace and stamina because she ran away from the damn dinosaurs to get here in the first place. What the fuck is she, a super soldier? The V-Rex starts giving her the side eye, getting ready to finish the job. And that's when King Kong jumps out of the trees, kicking the shit out the V-Rex, knocking him out. And catching Anne in the process. I know Dr. Umar watching this right now ready to blow a gasket. If it ain't snowing, Kong ain't going. A disease affecting at least 70% of D1 athletes everywhere. Niggas be so excited to lose their scholarship over some milk. The shit is tragic. The V-Rex goes to bite her out of Kong's hand, and he rolls out the way, throwing the dinosaur, making sure that she's out of arm's reach. And considering who he's fighting, keeping her out of arm's reach isn't really difficult at all. The cameraman pans over to show us her reaction to everything that's going on right now, and Shorty is going through it. King Kong in this hole shaking her like a bag of Skittles. While King Kong is holding one dinosaur by the throat trying to stop him, the other one sees what's happening and he comes over to send that double team help. She peeps this and like the W teammate that she is, hits King Kong with the illest call out that the flank is coming from behind. But there's a dilemma going on because one hand is busy choking the life out of one V-Rex and the other hand is holding Anne. So King Kong had to do what one of the members of your friend group had to do when you guys went on that 5-man and there was one shorty that was fried rice. So he takes one for the team, allowing the V-Rex to bite his arm, and look at his face. He's tired of the bullshit. This is that Game 7 locked in look now. Me personally, I would have just let her get eaten. But my son King Kong is the winter soldier, really ready to die over a shorty who don't even speak gorilla. Smacking the shit out of one dino and throwing the other one away. Letting out a couple of his battle chants to let these niggas know that it's not sweet out here. I personally don't know what he said. I don't speak ape. But if I had to guess, it probably has something to do with roasting how bro right here's hairline goes farther back than Lincoln's assassination. The V-Rexes start moving like 2 senior boys, backing the freshman girl up in the corner by the lockers, straight spawn campers, until another V-Rex jumps out from behind, going in for a bite, but luckily King Kong is able to react in time. And then this is when they all 3 just start rushing him. Now is their time, they must act on it. He decks one with the right, bitch slaps another with the left, and then uses his ultra instinct to know the sneak is coming, to turn around and dodge the bite from the V-Rex, putting him in a headlock, straight low broing him in front of the host too. Listen man, I mess with King Kong, but I can't in good conscience condone dirty macking. And one thing I've noticed so far is that none of the V-Rexes are actually going for King Kong for real. They're all going for the girl.
They're all going for the girl.
Strategy. Bro is fighting Logan Paul and hasn't said anything actually about Logan. Just posting about how Logan Paul's fiance was out here getting passed around like a universal blunt. The V-Rex peeps that one of his homies is getting put in a noogie right now and pulls up to try to help, but gets his mouth shut by King Kong's foot. foot with your hot ass breath and gets pushed down the mountain. The dinos clearly got their battle strategies from the Hokages versus Madara. That Hall of Fame jumping badge was the first one they equipped on their player customizations. As another one runs in and gets cooked too, getting used as a bowling ball. One goes in for a bite, but King Kong is able to switch hands, so he bites his arm instead. I'm not gonna lie, Kong gonna be on IG Live like XXX Tentacion after this fight. Nigga, nobody gave me the faith of a one-on-one, nobody gave me the respect of a one-on-one. And the V-Rex is gonna have to respond with a diss track of their own. I'm not gonna lie, you can't let that slide. That's why I hate your bitch, you fat motherfucker. King Kong falls.
I mean, getting reverse jumped by a guy who's not really even going, like, you know, paying complete attention to you is insane. Because you gotta remember, he's like half paying attention to the dinos, but he's also half paying attention to the woman that he has in his hand. Like, he's not even giving his full attention to the fight. So getting reverse jumped by an opponent who's not completely in the fight is insane to me.
Back, managing to rip the Rex's mouth off of his arm, throwing his ass backwards, got his legs up in the air and everything, uses his shotgun to know that another one is coming, and is able to pull Shorty out the way, turning on the jets, hitting the ring around the Rosie defense. And this right here is crazy. King Kong got that I did 20 years locked up type of strength, picking up the V-Rex with one arm and tossing him into his homie. A V-Rex is estimated to weigh around 20 tons.
Bruh.
Nigga, that's almost as much as Rod Wave. Turning around, slapping the shit out of this Rex who thought he was slick, and chin-checking this one right here got him looking up at the stars, making him slide down the hill and he's unable to stop himself. God was trolling when he spawned them in with 10-inch arms, never stood a chance. Never even dropped the DLC to help them out in their evolution or anything. That's top tier hating. King Kong picks up this boulder and crushes this Rex's skull with it. And that's GG's for him, sent that boy back to the lobby. One of the V-Rexes was probably tight that one of his homies just got sent to the gulag, so he comes up from behind, biting King Kong in the shoulder. Got my son screaming out in pain, just absolutely refusing to let go. And the other V-Rex, who didn't get his brains turned into ramen noodles, comes in from the right, smacks the shit out of him, got him looking like somebody calling his name, and while he's out the way, the other V-Rex comes up from behind trying to whisper in Kong's ear, trying to tell him a secret. But Kong said, man, I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. But anywho, grabbing him by the neck and rolling down the mountain, landing on top of the other V-Rex. And King Kong clearly got fast hands equipped in his creator class, because he drops the snow bunny but in mid-air catches her with his foot while a whole ass V-Rex is covering him on some Odell Beckham Jr. shit. They start hovering over him ready to bite off his head until he kicks one of them dumb far away, getting clapped by fall damage, unable to stop falling. And now he's able to call ISO, which we know is a mismatch. Steph Curry covering LeBron James in the post type shit. Uppercuts him right to the jaw, ducks out of the way of the bite, switches hands, and takes a big ass chomp of that V-Rex meat. Monkey see, monkey do. He saw the V-Rexes spamming their X button, which is to bite, because that's all they got in their bag. And he said, anything you can do, I can do better. Hurting him with his own attack. Throwing all four of them off the cliff to take some fall damage, but nah, one time wasn't enough. Throwing him off again to take some more damage. The other V-Rex wants to box, but King Kong looking at him like, come on, man. That's too easy. Goes to turn out of the way, but gets bitten in his arm again, dropping Ann, but able to catch her with his foot, luckily. Looking back at this movie, it's kind of insane how they were really trying to push this King Kong and Ann being in love. And I'm not even talking about some, oh, I love my pet. Nah, she was real life trying to catch some gorilla dick. Uncle Ruckus would be sick to his stomach right now, jealous as hell, seeing King Kong swimming in all this milk.
Oh, the white woman got a big heart. Lord, she's got a big heart.
King Kong screams out in pain, finally able to get his arm out, rolling them both off the cliff. That goofy ass Barney thought that King Kong was going down there with him. Nah, he just let him roll down to the Shadow Realm by himself. The cameraman pans to Ann and she's really going through it right now. And after getting a better look at her, I'm really angry now. Y'all really had my son King Kong ready to die out here over some mid, bro. She's very gorgeous to me, face ass. King Kong saw that worked and he said, shit, I'm gonna try it again. And pulls the other Kong down, and look at the way he's sliding down, kicking his legs. He looked like a cockroach getting sprayed by Raid. The V-Rex wasn't about to go out like that though. He said, I'm leaving here with something. Taking a bite out of King Kong's leg got him screaming out in pain for the third time. He tries holding all 3 of them up, but it was just too much to try to carry, and his hand starts to slip down. Falls down banging his back, turns around and tries to crawl out, but he just can't. They all start falling down, but luckily some vines was able to catch everybody so that they don't get painted on the ground. King Kong finally don't have to worry about carrying this bitch like LeBron with the 2018 Cavs roster. Holds the V-Rex's mouth open, Superman punching him in his shit, and starts looking up trying to find where Ann is. And I started catching PTSD because this is the exact same way my son Optimus Prime got taken off the census, by getting distracted looking for their sorry-ass humans who can't hang. King Kong is choking this V-Rex out and looks up to see that Ann is swinging next to the other Rex and is on the brink of getting clapped. King Kong knows it's time to turn back into Captain Save-A-Ho. She needs me. Rocking the shit out of him with a 2-piece combo and then starts swinging and climbing up to go put a stop to this. So for now, she gotta hold her own and try to stall until King Kong gets up here. She's out here swinging, dodging, and weaving out the way of these bites, running better routes than Spencer James. Look at this shit, bro. That actor should have been fired immediately. He's supposed to be playing a D1 prospect. I'm clamping that shit in a wheelchair. King Kong jumps up, grabbing the V-Rex's tail, pulling everyone down, and she's somehow able to hold onto the vine all the way down, swinging it at the end. I was already raising an eyebrow at her.
Bruh, her grip strength is insane. She really actually might be a super soldier. Hold on.
To the vine all the way down, swinging it at the end. I was already raising an eyebrow at her super soldier tendencies earlier, but now there's a whole alarm going off, because then she hops off the vine onto the V-Rex's mouth, falls off again, managing to catch onto his teeth to avoid being eaten. And now I'm completely lost, because the fuck King Kong need to save her for? This bitch is clearly Spider-Man. She then begins to swing while ducking all these different bite attacks, and King Kong comes in with a vicious kick. And if you didn't think it could get any crazier than this, just hold on. Watch this. Shorty falls down at least 60 feet, landing on top of the V-Rex's head. And while he's moving his head, she's able to hold on the entire time. He cannot shake her off no matter how hard he tries. King Kong peeps this, and he's clearly not hip to the fact that this bitch is goddamn Wonder Woman and doesn't need saving. Because he tries to pull up, but the V-Rex goes in for seconds. Clearly that first plate was busting for real, biting King Kong right in the shoulder again. He uses this opportunity to control the Rex's movements on some Avatar bloodbending shit, making the Rex fall, banging his head, which in turn, chain reaction causes the other V-Rex to fall, and she's still holding on the entire time, bro. She clearly got the death grip. I feel bad for my son King Kong. She gonna go to give him a handy and rip his dick off. She manages to hold on till the very end, until they hit the ground. Then she goes flying off and of course is into a nice calm pool of water. And I'm starting to think to myself like, damn, she better got like some type of injuries though, right? When the camera pans back, I better see her crawling out of here like Mojo Jojo, broken ribs, all that. But nope, King Kong pushes this dino out the way, looks down and sees her turning on the jets. Usain Bolt 9-second 100-meter type sprinting form and everything. And some of y'all thought Naruto or Goku's plot armor was bad. She makes them look like nothing. King Kong knows he has to go to help, so he bangs this V-Rex's head again, killing it. His brains was getting fucked up, getting turned into scrambled eggs. Even if that Rex did survive, he would have never been able to read again. King Kong was giving him that Floyd Mayweather disease.
Challenge for you, Floyd. If you could read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga.
The V-Rex starts cornering Shorty, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's over. King Kong's D1 scholarship is finally safe. But out of nowhere, he spawns in from behind, and she turns around looking at him right in his face. And one quick glance is all it took to know that homie is really going through it right now. Homie got a scar on his eye, looking like he ready to go hunt down the Avatar. His shoulder has been getting gnawed on like a chew toy. He definitely has some torn ligaments, a hernia from trying to carry all this heavy stuff. It's like, damn, you may be gonna win, but at what cost? She's not gonna fuck you, gang.
She's not.
Was the OG.
I'm pretty sure she was engaged too. Like, she's not,
telling all his other gorilla friends how she was holding his hand.
She want me. She want me bad.
They start staring at each other, having a face-off, seeing who's more intimidating. until the Rex looks at her and roars at the girl. And I don't know what the Rex said about her or said to her, but King Kong was not about to let that slide. He cussed his ass out right back. The V-Rex charges in and King Kong starts banging on his chest to let the V-Rex know how big his dick is. He gotta flex on him, running in and grabbing the Rex by the mouth as he goes in to lick his face. King Kong said, man, I'm not with all that gay shit, biting his tongue clean off, putting him on his back and hopping in missionary. As Anne is on the sideline in the bleachers watching this happen, and to be honest, she's probably getting turned on. Girls love a dude who will fight for their honor. I'm not gonna lie, bitch, the fuck I look like? An Avenger? You better go find yourself damn Captain America with all that. The V-Rex then stands up with King Kong on top of him and he's just riding him, paws, trying to get his mouth open to do something devious. But finally, after all that struggling, falls down to the ground and grabs the V-Rex by the mouth and is just trying to rip his shit apart. But it of course wasn't gonna be that easy. The V-Rex's mouth is the only thing he has in his inventory. He wasn't gonna let you just take it that simply. He manages to close his mouth so King Kong decks him in his shit so he could open back up. On some choo choo, open wide type timing, just straight babying this little nigga. Finally getting a good grip of it, ripping his mouth open farther than it's supposed to be, straight obtuse angle, and crushing down the top half of his mouth. Even starts playing around with bro's mouth. Now he's trolling. But before it's all over, you know what he has to do. That cherry on top, as soon as that Victory Royale banner dropped, just starts emoting on everybody to let them know who the king is. Now, all of that was indeed impressive. But what happened when the next version of him, Kong, went up against Godzilla? I guess I'm just gonna have to tell you.
Bro, I'm telling you, this version of Kong was a savage. Like the new Kong, the MonsterVerse Kong, he's really great. I like him. I like, you know, the whole intelligence thing and him having like his own version of this girl, like with that little girl. I don't remember her name. Like their relationship is cool, and like him like using weapons and whatnot. But there's something about this one. It's like, it's kind of like how you compare Brolys with like Z Broly versus Super Broly. It's like Super Broly is the canon one and the better written version, right? But there is just something about that savagery of that first one that just like really like, he gets you invested, you know? That's how I feel about these King Kongs. Kong from the MonsterVerse that went up against Godzilla, I like him. He's better written and like you can connect with him more. But this version right here just has that pure savagery that you just love to see in action movies, you know? I love this version. It's still my favorite Kong movie overall to this day. I love it. This was a great video to remind me of how great this Kong is. But that's going to be it from me. If you guys enjoyed my reaction to this, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.